We really don't need youth MMA bouts because we already got pancration. I had a link to an article where they're talking about the struggle for the acceptance of youth MMA. And if you read the article and you get a general tone of it, it's going to have you feeling all, oh man, it's sad that the youth can't get recognized. And they are featuring a very talented, up and coming young martial artist. And the article is slanted to get you to empathize with that guy so that you'll in turn want to push to get youth MMA going so you can feel sorry for him. So you feel sorry for him and you can subconsciously help him. And while I wish him all the best, we don't really need youth MMA for quite a few reasons. First of all, if you look in the article right there, and if you take out the fact that they say 4 people have died in unsanctioned MMA events since 2012, that's more than a rate of 1 a year. So if you take that out, first of all, it even says in the article, you already got pancration. So we got rules for pancration that we can use. Why not use pancration rules? Why not do that? You could use the same rules for pancration and just call it MMA and you still be doing the same thing. So pancration's worked it out. Nah, but we don't want to do that though, because I guess we want to feel special or something like that with the MMA. So we already got pancration. And another thing is, why not at the youth point of martial art development really force them to work on all the different disciplines? Work on their hand skills, foot skills, grappling skills. So you already got traditional martial arts for that. We already have taekwondo tournaments and karate tournaments that can be used for developing the punching and kicking. We got judo, jiu-jitsu, BJJ tournaments, Sambo tournaments. We could use that for developing their grappling skills. We already got boxing tournaments for youth. Not for little kids, but for adolescents. So we could do that. Now we could also, let's piggyback on something Freddie Lee suggested in one of his videos. I know that's a bad word, Freddie Lee, right? Freddie Lee said you can have 1 round striking, then another round grappling, see who's the best. Makes sense for youth, especially since safety is a priority. This is what I do. And I talk to official people. I'll just say that because I don't want to drag this office or that office or this person into anything. I'll say I talk to people who I know knew better and would know if what I was doing was okay or not. I wouldn't step on any legal toes. So I talked to them in my state, and they said, in their opinion, what I was doing was okay. So this is what I do with my students. We have point-based system where you integrate point-based open circuit karate rules with point-based judo sparring, and when people end up on the ground somehow, it's judo newaza from that point. It works. I've only had it done at one tournament that I put on. We didn't have any takers, so we did a demo thing. And nobody got hurt. When I do that type of sparring in class, nobody gets hurt. Wait a minute. Sorry, listeners, got interrupted. Where was I? Oh, judo newaza on the ground. When people are in range, you go to judo tachiwaza, judo standing techniques, judo ground techniques, taekwondo punching and kicking. And the way the points are set up, if you end the match by judo rules with a good ippon, the match is over. If you end the match by Taekwondo rules, by point accumulation, the match is over. So it works out very well. Why can't we do something like that? I don't know why we need it to be something that's just like the UFC for children, considering the amount of blood and concussions and things like that that happen. If you have to get prior approval from the athletic commission to the point where people have to submit blood work and take full-blown physicals for youth sports and not just the standard physicals that you have to do for football, for kids to participate in the sport, if it has to go beyond the prep needed for football, which a lot of people think is dangerous as it is, then we don't need it. So we don't need youth martial arts. We don't need youth mixed martial arts in a hard competition format when we already got pancration. That's not even my style. Pancration is not my style. It's something I've heard about, wanted to do. Why can't we big up pancration? Why can't we say, hey, if we want kids to go to MMA, let's big up pancration and use that as a feeder. People are big up in judo. Let's big up judo, use that as a feeder. Some people piggyback on Anderson Silva, big up taekwondo, use that as a feeder. You got other avenues that you could prepare the youth to go into MMA. You don't need there's something that's strict youth MMA because it's too dangerous and it's too dangerous. Y'all just want to see kids beating on each other, just like we pay to see grown people beating on each other. And you're not holding them back either. Some of y'all going to think, oh, we're holding them back. No, you're not. How are you holding them back when they can get started as soon as they turn 18? Y'all, now, this is what gets me. A lot of people want to say that MMA is the best thing since sliced bread. It's the most effective. So if you think it's the most effective, that would mean it's the most dangerous. And everything that we think is super dangerous, we say you have to be 18 to do it. With the exception of driving a car, which you have to be 16 to do. But with all the restrictions that we put on you, you're really not able to drive a car like you want until you're 18 anyway. Now, if we want to really, really, really be technical, we probably shouldn't even be letting people do MMA until they're 21. Because we don't let people drink alcohol until they're 21. But I don't want to go that far because that would indict boxing as well. And not that I'm, protecting boxing, but I'm just saying. So we don't need MMA for youth in structured competitions where there's a lot of heavy contact when we already got pancration. Let's just use pancration's rules. Let's use pancration's rules. You could use the type of rules that I came up with. You could use this type of suggestion that Freddie Lee made. Or come up with something else where there's no head contact. Where it's points for stuff to the body. How about that? And if you would like to learn more about the type of point system that I use, which really isn't MMA in my opinion, but some people have said it was, whatever. Go to CECILRYU.org, click on the link and sign up for a class. And don't expect to spar the first day of class. I'm not doing that anymore. I've accommodated people in the past with letting them come in there and spar right off. No more. You want to come in my class and spar, you're going to go through the forms and everything else. I am not doing that again. Because I found when I let people spar too soon, they end up being too sore. So forget it. You're not going to be dropping in my class just to try people out because you heard something I said on the internet. No. You coming into my class, and if you come into my class and I don't know you, you're gonna go through everything just like everybody else, just like any other white belt, just like I would have to do if I went to somebody else's school. Just because I'm an instructor, I can't walk up in somebody else's school that I don't know and expect to just go bang with their people. They wouldn't let me do that. They would think I was being disrespectful. So you're not coming to any of the community centers anymore and doing that. You got to sign up. You got to come in there. You got to learn how to stand at June B. You have to learn Chanji. You have to learn Zempo Kaiten. You have to learn Kesagatami. Just like everybody else, and just like I would have to do if I went to whatever school you think is special.